Yo, folks, we are back, ready for game number 4 of the day. I, in fact, believe we're going to have 6 games today, because the tiebreaker should also be played here today. We have the first player already qualified from Group A. We just saw Soin winning with 2-0, beating Chimiko there. Chimiko with a new MK first fast expansion strat. Looked good at times, but seemed to not quite survive until the later stages. I feel like especially on Titanhunters, there was a window for him to win, but kind of botched the mid game. And we are again returning to Titanhunters for our next game. Fly versus Lucy. Lucy took one map earlier from Chimiko. That was well done. But against Fly, I think it's going to be a bit tougher. Especially as far as the early game goes, the undead has a much more difficult time against Orc normally than against Human. And I wonder what he has prepared here now. It seems like Lucy needs either some kind of a cheese or a genius strategic play, I would say, to have a chance. Lucy versus Fly. According to our stats, it's a 100% win rate for Fly. What? Okay, that's kind of crazy. I wonder why that is. I mean, he must have been able to beat Fly at one point. Wait a minute. I have to look that up. Wait a minute. It can't be right. I'm gonna check it on War3 info real quick. Fly against LuChaeL. Yeah, Lucy was able to win a couple of games. I was about to say, that would have been crazy. But, still, historically greatly favors Fly. In this matchup, Fly normally really good against Undead. We've seen that before, where also against Happy, Fly for a long time was faring quite well. That was a little while ago. But we'll see what we get here now. It's a DK Ghoul opening against a Farseer Headhunter. So far, everything looking very standard indeed. Normally, I feel like Lucy plays his best when he has a fast expansion. But against Orc, that's very hard to make work. It is not impossible. We've seen it before with Lich first, sometimes even with Cryptlord first. I don't think I've seen it before with DK first. But the early game power that the Orc can build up with Headhunters and Farseer is just simply so high that normally a fast expansion isn't really feasible. And yeah, fast expansion doesn't seem to be the plan here. Fly is playing it safe. Doesn't want to get caught off guard by a possible fast expansion from his opponent. So he instead is going for this quick item snipe. Ideally, Lucy would scout for this option. Would have a Skelly up here. And if he sees the Farseer, then he would come there with the DK, steal the item and the last hit. So first, small mistake by Lucy. Giving up item and last hit right here. The DK is close to level 2. It's only one more last hit, gets it with a wolf, and now we got the aura, and now surrounds become very dangerous. So this early game, not bad at all for Lucy. Trying to surround the Farseer. Pretty low chance play. I think the better choice here would be to try to surround the Headhunters, which is way easier to do.
Player's forces are under attack.
When the undead can surround 2 or 3 Headhunters in the early game, normally that's a really good sign, and that means the early game is going to go to them, in fact. But if all the Headhunters survive, the Orc tends to be favored. And more Headhunters are coming out. We have 4 on the field here in a moment, but there we go. That's the first round. One Headhunter is going to go down, and the Ghoul might be saved. The Wolf is chasing, but I'm not sure if he has enough damage.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, the surrounds are close. Alright, it's a 1-for-1 trade so far. One more coil is there. That is the last coil for a while. And this Ghoul is also going to go down. So it's a 2-for-1 trade. This is already better for Fly, I'd say. As long as he has like 3 or 4 Headhunters left. Let's say 4 Headhunters left for his second hero creeping. The question is, what is his build going to be? From Lin recently, we saw a new variation of Farseer Headhunters, which was a fast tech with a super fast, greedy, tiny Great Hall. This is something he showed against Happy, and I think also against 120. The early surrounds didn't work out too well by Lucy. Lucy's a player who is not really known for his micro anymore nowadays. In this early game, I would say definitely goes to Fly. Farseer is going to be level 3 here in no time. Is this camp enough? It might be. I think it might. Perhaps it's not quite enough. But it's going to get very close. Oh, Planetary Potion here also is wonderful. Oh, it is level 3. Just barely. Dark Ranger second. A la Happy, who also likes to play this. Get a lot of Headhunters. 7 Headhunters still on the field. This is excellent for Fly.
A player's forces are under
As we see
attack.
the Shadowhunter second. And tier 3 being delayed a little bit. Lucy pulling ahead with a tier 3. But doesn't really find the openings. Only found a single Headhunter in the early game. Doesn't find any Headhunter kills here with a Dark Ranger. This game so far not looking too good for Lucy, that's for sure. Oh, the Farseer though. Oh, not paying attention for a second. Was busy trying to creep over on the other side. May have to go for a heal potion here. Lucy's still looking for his opening. Shadowhunter may have to go heal wave first here to heal up all the units. He's holding on to the skill point still. Oh, goes for the Dark Ranger. Yeah, the coil was on cooldown. That's a big kill on the Dark Ranger right there. 2 Headhunters die, but also traded for a Ghoul and a Dark Ranger that favors Fly in the end. And the tier 3 now also progressing. Tough game for Lucy. This is not the same kind of a start that he had earlier against Jimiko, but the first game for him looked really good. This time around, Fly in full control, it would seem. A lot of experience here for the Shadowhunter. Beltline strength. These health items aren't bad, these strength items. Belt and gauntlets now. I'd like to see him put the belt on the TC and the gauntlet on the Shadow. Gauntlets on the Shadow, because just a little bit of bonus health can protect you from the nuke quite well at times. Death Knight finally reaches level 3, but that took a long time. Possibly a bit too long. Fly looking quite confident here. Not afraid to take a fight if it was to come to it here next to the red camp. And it's very hard now for Lucy to engage with the ghouls. He doesn't have Frenzy yet, he doesn't have a third hero or even a statue. Speaking of which, where's the statue? Only coming now. Which also a bit delayed. And with the Hex, the ghouls are easy snacks. Lucy has been on the back foot this whole game, it seems like. Level 3 on the Shadowhunter as well. Finding heal wards to boot. That's always great.
A player's forces are under attack.
And we get the TC third. Fly has basically enough for a tiny Great Hall, if he was to be that greedy. And seems like he is. Time for the tiny. Off we go. When the Orc has the lead, it's very easy to go for the win condition. If you happen to be ahead in the game, you can oftentimes easily go for the tiny Great Hall, like we see here. And that's gonna be very hard to compete with for Lucy. In an even game, the other can go for the frenzy timing, find lots of kills with Coil Nova, diminish the headhunter numbers, while expanding behind it. Having, of course, the later expansion, but finding lots of kills to even out the game. But if you're behind after the mid game, this matchup is very difficult for Undead. TC gonna pick up level 2 here before too long. I like that he gave over the ring. Lucy found Ion of Stormwind. Always good. Something we've seen a lot from Happy in the past is to upgrade these ghouls with 1-1. Or maybe even 2-1. And Lucy also here going for a couple of ghoul upgrades. And now has Destroyer form. Yeah, this is the Lin build. Fly going purely Berserkers, no Bestiary units, and the late game double barracks for mass Berserker production. Oh, nice silence! Double silence to start off the fight. That was really good for Lucy, something that he certainly needed. And now Fly has to kite backwards. Farseer not yet level 4, so he doesn't have the level 2 Chain Lightning yet. Has to use only the level 1 Chain Lightning here, not ideal. But the Stomp is beautiful. Lots of Headhunters are going down though. But that's double level up. Level 4 for Farseer and the Shadow. And this is not looking too bad at all of a sudden for Lucy. The double silence was huge to start off that fight right there. And now the peons might get attacked, but the Burrow is standing and the expansion's got the reinforced, importantly. And not too much mana anymore on the Lich and Dark Ranger, but the DK still has lots of coils. Oh, almost a surround from the Wolves. The DK in trouble, going for the Hex. Dispel on cooldown! He just used the Dispel against the Wolves. Big mistake from Lucy. Loses the first hero, and here the game ends. GG is called. But honestly, considering how bad this early game was, Lucy got back into a pretty decent position. But not good enough. Strong game by Fly, just playing it very well. In a standard manner, the new Lin build with no Bestiary, fast tech, fast tiny Great Hall, and mass Berserkers. Is it Soin's build? Oh, really? I saw it the first time from Lin. But, yeah, may have been Soin's creation. One no lead for Fly. Playing this as impressively as I think we expected it. Especially Undead versus Orc. In my opinion, is very, very micro-dependent on the Undead. And Lucy there doesn't seem to have a strong suit anymore. The macro games, the fast expansion, the chaotic games, the huge armies, the strong timings. That's what seems to suit Lucy more. We see that in this matchup against Human, where he still does pretty well. But against the Undead, against Orc, excuse me, seems to have a tougher time. We're in the lobby, ready for map 2. Amazonia, apparently. Ah, no, never mind. Last Refuge instead. Lucy showed us one impressive map today already. Can he follow up with a second one? MMR difference between the two rather big. Fly at 2500 MMR, Lucy at the moment at 2200. And the discrepancy, I believe, was kind of noticeable there on map 1. But there's still a chance for Lucy, even if it's a slim one. He could be the third undead to make it into the round robin group stage. At the moment, it's only 1-0 and Happy. The two most successful undeads in the world, of course. By a landslide. Why is Fortitude in the additional group stage? That's the tiebreaker, basically. We need 5 players to make it out of this prelim group stage. So that's going to be first and second place from Group A and B. And then also we need a 5th player. And that's going to be third place finishers from Group A and B playing it out. Farseer grunts? Especially on this map. This map normally not so easy for grunts, for creeping and stuff. Better for headhunters because there's lots of camps you can pull out to creep, especially this one, or the natural, or this green. Farseer grunt fast tech. Whoa. That's a surprise.
A player's forces are under attack.
Interesting. In the past, this would mean tier 2 expansion with TC second. But that was quite some time ago. Oh, big last hit. Oh, and he gets it. Oh, that's such a big deal. That should never be allowed. Death Knight gets 2 of the 3, but just giving up a single last hit cannot be allowed. This is a big mistake, honestly. It's a big mistake by Lucy.
A player's forces are under attack.
Killing an Acolyte during tech would be huge, but very unlikely to happen. We got the Narope coming. There's Blight, of course, and the DK is close by, ready to coil. But this is a great early game so far for Fly. If he can prevent leveling on the DK as much as he has been. Oh, but the Grunt gets surrounded. That's a big kill. And normally, if he had gotten the full camp, this would then mean the level up for him. Oh my god, is he gonna lose the ghoul? Almost a deny on the Grunt, but not quite. Trying to save the ghoul with the Narope tower. And I think he will. Kind of weird that he didn't just coil the ghoul, though. Alright, the wolf survives. Or the ghoul survives, rather. And the DK finally gets to level 2. Now we have the aura. And things get a lot more complicated for the orc. Headhunters coming now, finally. But this is a way better early game for Lucy, I think, already, thanks to the grunt kill. And this time around, the DK gets full experience. Farseer still only has the 48 from the first creep. Alright, play well position for Lucy, but ideally you want to get more Headhunter kills. With the ghouls and the skellies and the aura, of course, you can be quite dangerous with that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Fly got the faster attack. Oh, and this time he's going for an early bestiary. So not the same build as before. It's one of the big benefits of playing Headhunters. You can pull out the camp and then creep it quite easily. It's not easy for a ghoul army here to engage because of end snares and all that. And the upside for Lucy is, even if he doesn't, you know, get too many kills here, or, excuse me, the upside for Fly, even if he doesn't get the camp here, at least he's preventing leveling on the DK. So far, not a single Headhunter has gone down. That is very good for Fly. That might change kind of soon, though. But the Shadowhunter is coming. With Hex, he's going to be quite dangerous. Uses it here right away. Trying to save the Headhunter. And does manage to do so. Oh, Wolf still chasing. Headhunter still in trouble. Whew. This Headhunter is going to fall. But all the ghouls survived. So yeah, not too bad at all for Lucy, I'd say. A lot of Headhunters very hurt. Double Bestiary Mass Wyvern. Alright. I haven't seen this in a while. Oh, big last hit right here. He's gonna have to hack something. But the DK got the item, right? Yeah. No. Excuse me. Farseer got the item. Big heal potion for the Farseer. And the Hex is quite strong this early into the game. I'm kind of surprised that Lucy is so willingly fighting against the Hex. There's going to be at least 2 ghouls going down, rather 3. Yep. He gets 1 Headhunter for it, but perhaps only 1. This Headhunter should be pulled back, perhaps a bit earlier. Alright, a Mass Wyvern are on the way. How's Lucy going to counter it? One of 2 ways. Either Mass Fiends or Mass Gargs. Has to be the answer. And he's going Fiends. Attack for Fly. Quite late indeed. But he has now 4 Wyvern out. The creep speed is going to be pretty good. And the DK for Lucy, still pretty low level. I'd say a pretty even game here so far. Perhaps I would favor Fly slightly.
Player's forces are under attack.
And with the Hex, you can do lots of tricks, like this one right here with the Ogre Easy snipe, gonna pick up the big item. Also in Battle Drums, pretty good. Although, probably later on he's gonna have a Kodo with upgrade aura anyways. Early reinforced defenses. Fly wants to play it safe. He's gonna pick up level 3 here. I wonder if you should go Wolves or Chain Lightning. I think Wolves would be better. Oh, summoned them a bit too early. Whoops. Doesn't forget about the dust. Well done. And this would be a perfect time to fight right now for Fly, because the 3rd Hero Lich isn't there yet, the Frenzy isn't there yet. Oh, he's gonna find the window as well. Oh, if you could steal the last hit, that would be sick. And he gets it! Oh, Hex on the DK. Gonna pick off 1 ghoul, but of course the item does go to the undead. There's only Rune Bracers, which is pretty terrible. Would have been great for Fly, though. Oh, Curl Nova on the Shadowhunter right away! Doesn't use the invuln! Oh, Fly with a gigantic mistake. He probably had on the wrong inventory hotkey. That is a game-losing mistake. This is the normal position. Normally it's always here. But yeah, that was very unnecessary indeed. Veteran Spear's coming now. You don't see a TC third yet, and without a TC third, the Orc is normally not competitive in the late game. Book of the Dead, useless item because of destroyers. Denied the Headhunter.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wait a minute. He didn't have a shop this whole game? He only made a shop now? Seriously? Shadowhunter going in deep. One Wyvern goes down right away, but also a statue being taken out. A web is coming into effect here. Book of the Dead summoned, but the Destroyer is morphed right away. And that is a lot of healing and damage from the Destroyer. Also a couple of Fiends going down. A lot of Fiends going down, actually. Wait a minute. The Book of the Dead working out better than I thought it would. Great creep jack over here at the red camp. More kills going the Orc's way. Level 4 Farseer, level almost 4 on the Shadowhunter as well. So has a couple of potions he can use. Epod also needed on the Lich. And both players lost quite a few units there indeed. As the TC is finally out. If the TC gets level 3, this Orc army is gonna get immensely stronger. But we're still far away from that. However, here on Last Refuge we still have lots of creeps. Does he have some rings? No. Fly could really use some rings of protection, actually. Rarely seen as very helpful, but for a TC, always very good. But then again, Lucy will probably have to focus the Wyvern first, and doesn't have the luxury, perhaps, to focus on the TC. Lucy creeps the rest of the red camp, but there's no item here. That one's already gone. But he gets level 4. That's a big level up. Level 3 also in the Dark Ranger. And the Lich also almost level 3. So levels looking good. Oh, but look at that. And the risk of accuracy. Even more damage for the Wyvern army. And the TC doing a speed run over here to level 3. Almost there already. Oh, but there's a lot of skellies here. Oh, this doesn't look like a good fight for Fly. Invo potion again not used! Oh my god, Fly, are you kidding me? Yeah, the Undead always very strong when he has a lot of skellies out. That's the perfect time for him to fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's not going to take the TC too long to return. But still, this is valuable time where he is not creeping. Slowly but surely, all the creeps are going to be gone. Wait a minute, is the red camp item still here? Oh, Fly. He's not checking for it. Wait a minute. I think it might still be there. I think Fly may have the wrong read that this camp is gone already. But it might still be there. Oh, big oversight here by Fly. Definitely not playing a flawless game, Fly here. That is certainly the truth. Peript of Vitality is okay. Not the best item. Oh, but the red camp is still going to be here. So Fly needs to TP out. Pretty sure. Without the TC, I don't think he can fight here. And he left the red camp. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. The Ogre was gone already. What was the item from the Ogre? Oh, claws plus 12. Okay, apologies. I didn't see that this whole time. This Lich has sick damage. But the fact that the TC died earlier meant that he didn't get level 3. That's a very big deal. Both players around 60 supply. Invis potion on the TC. Alrighty. Wants to land the first stomp big time. Oh, but he was scouted. So much damage from this Lich dude. Oh my god. Oh, the Wyvern. He needs to reset the rally point into the back of the base. Fly stuck at 60 supply. Also the burrow missing. Lots of mistakes by Fly, honestly. There's a speed scroll to charge in. I think he's going to need to use that. Alright, the first Nova hits big. Storm from the TC. Not using it yet. Where is it? Also no silence, by the way. There's the Stomp, finally. But so much damage on the Wyvern already. It might be too much damage. They're dropping low very fast. TC almost level 3. Gets it now. There's going to be a huge Stomp. Oh my goodness. But Fly basically lost everything already. That's the downside of the Wyvern army. They are extremely squishy. And Lucy is going to get another map win here. Another big Stomp, but Lucy just has too much. DK almost level 5. CORSAIR, serious trouble. The potion transfer there. Saves him one more time. But the Ended Heroes are too strong. The Wyvern are too squishy. DK surrounded, but he's a tanky boy. Going for Death Pact just to be safe. That is the game. GG is called, and Lucy does get another map win. And Fly, he tried with a different strategy this time around. The Wyvern build. Which I think in general isn't that good. Yeah, I feel like the Tiny Great Hall or just, you know, Kodos and Headhunters and Creeping are better. But yeah, tried something else. Tried to keep Lucy on his toes. And all of a sudden, Lucy has another chance to qualify. If he beats Fly here, that means he's going to have at least the tiebreaker chance later on against Fortitude. Yeah, Wyvern, they looked good for a short while in this matchup, where I think it was Focus who played them quite successfully, but they are really unreliable. They are, if you hit the perfect timing, if you have the perfect game, if nothing goes wrong, if you have the overwhelming mass, if all your spells land really nicely, they can work, but if something goes wrong, they are just pretty trash. Shadowhunter dying, TC dying. That was unforgivable mistakes. Third map for us is going to be Echo Isles 2.2. Players are in the lobby and ready to go. Quite a long day today in Doubi Cup, by the way. We had 5 matches, of course, from Group B. And after that, there's also going to be the tiebreaker happening between Fortitude and the third place finisher of this game. And tomorrow, the round robin stage begins, where we don't know exactly what the pairings are going to be. They're probably going to do that later on today and then publish it today or tomorrow. It's going to be the same time as today at noon CET. I think anyways. Pretty sure. Thank you, El Turicano with the resub, and Jamaica Sun with the resub. Thank you, thank you. All right, and we hop into map number 3. Lucy, getting quite close today to winning a game, but hasn't been able to yet. We'll see how it goes on Echo Isles. All right, I gotta get some water real quick. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, what do we get this time? There we go. I was thinking about it. If perhaps a fast expansion might be attempted here now, and the answer is yes. Cryptlord first, very good on Echo Isles always. The fast expansion here, probably the strongest on all maps. But Fly's got a good counter build against it. Farseer, 1 grunt into Headhunters. This is the strongest early game Orc can have, I would say. Wait a minute. Is he gonna counter fast expect? What's this peon doing here? Uh-huh.
A player's forces are under
Alright, so Lucy bringing 4 ghouls to creep to clear the natural fast. But it also means his lumber is going to be very low, so the expansion itself is going to be quite late. Fly's making an early shop. Is he trying to creep the merc camp? And then expand? Oh, if this creep doesn't work out, he's in trouble. Oh, okay. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, no deny here. This is very creep to perfectly pull off. Very difficult creep. Alright, this one's denied, but it's only a small one. Alright, almost perfect. Archer gets to level 2. Thank you, Hippo, with a resub.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and as you can see, the Haunted Gold Mine is quite delayed. And now Fly knows about the hero. Sees the beetles. We'll be able to expect the Crypt Lord. Tier 2 tech starts, and this is surprisingly easy for Lucy. His expansion is just freely gonna come up. Oh, I'm not sure if this was the right call by Fly, honestly. Oh, dude, if he gets the Impale last hit. Oh, no, he doesn't, though. Archer gets it with a Chain Lightning. And Impale doesn't lead to a surround. Speed Scroll. Oh, but that grunt is surrounded. If he had saved that one, that would have been amazing. Oh, and this level 3 for the Crypt Lord. These beetles now going to be quite tough to deal with. Impale. Doesn't get the surround. Ooh, that was not the best. But the faster the TP anyways, I don't think it would have been that bad for him to get surrounded. Vertical pickup is a really big deal here. Fly does have the resources now. But he's trying to counter expand. Oh, but the sentry ward here is so good for Lucy. He's gonna see precisely the timing. And this orc expansion takes a long while to come up, of course. 2.5 minutes for the Great Hall. But there's not that much DPS here. I think with the beetles, Lucy could get it, actually. But he doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't want to throw away all of his beetles and be left with no mana and low HP. Really good scouting by Fly. His wolves always following around the Crypt Lord and the beetles.
Players' forces are under attack.
As now the tech begins for Lucy. Fly, of course, far ahead by around 2 minutes. Farseer is getting a lot of experience here, by the way. Having him early on level 4 for the level 2 Chain Lightning is not bad at all. Pendant of Energy for the Crypt Lord is going to be really good later on for mana potions. At the moment, it doesn't really help him.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
It would be pretty smart, I think, now for Fly to go into the middle, creep this marketplace. But he's still, of course, concerned with getting his expansion cancelled. So he's hanging around the expo. I guess it's a safer play. And creeping up a bit more. This will be the level 4 for him, but also this will be the level 4 for the Crypt Lord, who's been leveling really fast. This game's not looking bad for Lucy. Big Invo Potion. Also good. Second hero TC joins the battle. That's of course going to be the late game carry. This TC needs to get level 3 ASAP. Good scouting by Fly. He knows he will be wasting his time at the marketplace. There's not that many creeps anymore here on the map. On Echo Isles 2.0, on the new version where we are here, there are a lot more creeps compared to before, but still not that many. Oh, finds a ring. Very good for the TC.
Players' forces are under attack.
Beetle's harassing at the expansion. Very annoying, of course, but with the burrow here, should be fine. The big concern for Fly is he's not going tier 3. But I guess he still has time to do that. As Lucy himself also still far away from tier 3. Got Double Fiend. Crypt production now. Where's the Crypt Lord? Ah, there he is. In the main base. He definitely needs some mana pots.
A player's forces are under attack.
Why did he buy a dust? It's kind of weird. Oh. Fly needs to start mining again the expansion. This can also be difficult against the beetle harass. When you have to load up into the burrows, sometimes you can forget that you have to unload. But here we are. Now it is unloaded. One tower as well, I like that. And the tier 3 now begins. Pretty much at the same time for both. Raiders here will be a big help to find ensnare kills on the fiends. We don't have them yet. PC dropping quite low indeed. Maybe because of the cloak. Yeah, I guess he bought the dust because of the cloak that he saw on the enemy side. Oh, another beautiful storm, finding more ghoul kills. But the TC very much in danger right now. And we don't have walkers, do we? Normally, against Crypt Lord, you want to see walkers on the orc side for disenchant against the beetles. That Invo Potion there also was a bit of a waste. The TC now going to get level 3 in a moment. Invo Potion here at the shop. Very important. I think that's where the Farseer is going right now. And having a tough time creeping his DK. Only level 1. Needs to be level 2 at least for the aura. At least it has lots of camps around this expansion that he can take pretty easily. Fly's lumber looking rough, by the way. Needs to put the peons over here next to the war mill and perhaps make a few more at the expansion. He's doing that, at least. Beetle Harass Squad, always being sent out. Causes some lost mining time, but not too much beyond that. Quick reactions here by Fly. And with the 2 burrows here, I think he should be fine. Tier 3 about to finish. That should mean a 3rd hero right away. Fly has lots of gold. Probably shouldn't be too greedy with the upkeep. Oh, finds a flit of accuracy. Excellent. Picking up that aura. Fly trying to figure out if he has to... Oh my god, what an impale. If he has to TP out of this creep jack or if he can fight it. There's still no destroyers, so the wolves doing a good job. And the TC Stomp, if he connects, could be quite good as well. That Fiend goes down, so it's a 1-for-1 trade at the moment. Oh, but now the TC in trouble. Invo Potion is there! Just barely in time. But now Fly has to TP. He has to give over the TP. Oh, but he's sticking around. TC in the back, still kind of safe. But with the statues, with the beetles, Lucy will force away the opponent. But good exchange, I think, for Fly. He didn't lose too much here. I think he got the better end of the kills. Ideally, would have liked to TP to the expansion and then creep this camp, but better safe than sorry. Shadowhunter's coming. But the lumber is the problem here for Fly. He doesn't have enough lumber to go for the tech that he wants. You probably would have liked either a second bestiary or a Torrent Totem by now. Like, walkers could be good, but also torrents themselves could be good, right? I think so. Also, no upgrades on the Berserkers at all, by the way. The lumber is a huge problem here for Fly. And now also, no invul anymore. I think Lucy picked that one up. Yeah, it's on the lich. Lucy doesn't have many items, by the way. 71 supply against 60. But we have burrows here, we have towers here. And Lucy really doesn't have much mana. Oh, but the TC might be in trouble right away. Needs to use the Stomp and fall back. Waiting for the Shadowhunter still. He's badly needed for the heal wave. But a beautiful arc. Good end snares as well. The Stomp is massive. And Lucy kind of getting decimated in this fight. Despite having the bigger army, has to call for the GG. A bit over-eager there. Could have just crept up more. Build a bigger army perhaps. Go for more upgrades. But that is it for Lucy. He was the underdog in this group. And he is going to be eliminated now. 2-1 win for Fly. Which means he's going to have the decision match for second place of the group against Chemico in the lower bracket final. And that's going to be our next game coming up. Who's going to take second place, Chimico or Fly? We'll find out in a bit. But we're going to have a bit of a longer break here because the players again need to do the vetoes and all that. So one more break. And then when we come back, it's time for Chimico versus Fly to figure out who's going to be the 9th player to make it into the round robin stage of the Doubi Ancient of Wonders Cup. So quick break now, and then we'll be back with the next game. See you in a bit.